And I'm live. I'm live, I'm live, I'm live. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm your favorite financial educator. Can you hear and see me? You know, I should put one book here, right? Right? And then I should use one book. All right? So that way you can always see it. Just let me know if you can hear and see me. Can you hear and see me? We're about to have fun on tonight. Let me know if you just joined, if because you saw me on IG real quick. Let me know. Oh yeah. Let me know if you just joined because you saw me on IG. All right. So while we wait for the girls to join and some of the guys, my skin is glowing. I just came back from a walk and look what God be doing to skin, to brown skin when it's exposed to sunshine. Anyway, um, if you have a budget that you actually use, not like a budget in your head, but like a budget that you actually stick to and use, put a one in the comments. And if you don't, put a two. It's okay, no shame. I just want to see what we're working with. I want to see what we're working with. My hair is just like, look how long it is on my asymmetrical ponytail. Child, I don't even know how to make it even. Doesn't matter. Is it still fabulous? Girl, I just think that, like, see, look, I think it's starting off. No, it's in the center. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. 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 We're just gonna be grateful that God said you have hair. Okay? We ain't gonna worry about the asymmetricity. Okay? So yes, one, if you do have a budget that you also automatic like and use, and two, if you're like, say what now? Oh, look, meanwhile, can y'all hear me better? I'm all off to the side. I forgot my podcast mic. This is the mic that you have to hear me from. I love this. Someone said 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Girl, I feel you. All right, but on today, here is what we're going to do on today. So, I used to be a teacher, so this is the objective for today. You will leave with a working budget today. If you do not have a notebook, why don't you have a notebook? Because I'm a notebook girl. Let me see. I have so many. Let me see which one. Let me see which one I'm going to roll out. Roll out. Oh, this one. I haven't used this one in a while. I love a good notebook. Okay. Like, look at this one. This one I got from Target. I just like the colors are so pretty. So if you don't have a notebook, get one. Get a notebook. Come to a clean page. Because we take notes up in here. Even I take notes because sometimes I say stuff and I surprise myself and I'm like, that's good. Or you guys tell me something that I did not know. And I'm like, that's even better. Right? So get your notebook out, feed the baby, tell your partner for the next hour, I belong to the budgetista, and go to the other room. And ideally, go ahead and grab you, if you have it. It's okay if you don't have it. You don't need to have it. But if you have it, go ahead and grab your Get Go Money because I'm going to teach you. We're going to use this as our reference guide. The steps from this book, from the budgeting chapter. I will tell you what page and everything else if you have it. The tools and resources. The good thing is the tools and resources. You don't have to have the book. I want you to right now, if you're on your phone, maybe do it on your computer, to go to getgoodwithmoney.com because I need you to download some of these tools and resources that we're about to talk about. Okay. All right. So you're going to go to getgoodwithmoney.com and there should be a button on tap. And it says the GGWM Get Go Money Toolkit. Click it. Because we're going to use some of the spreadsheets. So this is free. Okay. That's why I said if you don't have the book, don't worry because you're going to be able to get the tool for free right now that you can like look at and know what we're going to go over. Okay. You're going to go to Get Go Money Toolkit. You're going to put in your name and email. I promise I won't spam you. And then the toolkit is literally just going to pop right up. And you're going to scroll past the introduction, past to chapter 1, and you're going to see chapter 2, 10% whole budget building. Do you see that? And there are 2, download the most updated blank money list here. And then, so that's what you're going to worry about right now. Like, that's just like, so that's what you're going to like get the blank money list. I'm literally walking through because I want to make sure it all works. I'm looking. It does open up. Come on, girl. Don't play me. Okay. Now this is the money list that we're all going to be working with. Okay. Who put this in here? Don't write in here, girl. This is the blank one, child. Oh yeah. Somebody, girl, let me delete this because it looks like somebody been in here writing now. Like you don't want to write in this one. This one is like a blank one, which is funny. It looks like somebody tried to like fill it out. You could just copy and paste. Literally, if you click, there's a little gray corner. If you look at where 1 meets A, there's a little gray corner. If you click on that, it will highlight the whole thing, and then you can copy it and then paste it into another blank sheet of yours. This is a blank because you don't want to use this sheet because this is the sheet we are looking at. You want us to see your money, girl? Yeah, doubt. Okay, but this is a sheet we're going to largely work with. Just know that this is a sheet. You can print it later, whatever. I personally like to have either you could use Excel or Google Docs is free. So if you have a Gmail account, which you can use Google Docs to copy and paste this, so you can start filling this out. Okay. So I just want you to know the tools we're using for tonight. Okay, please. Okay, recite again. Is someone write that? Write down the site. Everyone go to Get Good, the same as the book. Matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do, girl. Because you're not gonna play me. This the site. You see the site below? GetGoodWithMoney.com. Where is it? That's the site. GetGoodWithMoney.com. You're going to go to that site. You're going to click the button that says Toolkit. Put in your name and email. The toolkit will pop up like instantly. You're going to scroll down to chapter 2 because that's a chapter we're going to work on. And those are the resources, the free resources that we're going to be leaning into. So, and that's okay if you're like, oh, I'm on my phone or I'm using my computer at the same time, whatever. You'll still be able to do the homework with that. But ideally, especially that spreadsheet, that's what we're going to be filling in. So you might as well have the tools to do your homework, child. Okay, we don't play over here. So, okay. Now, here's the thing. Actually, before I start, I'm going to give you another free tool and then I'll explain the tool later. But I just don't want, just in case somebody watches later. If you're part of the replay crew, say replay. I know you're watching live now, you live people, but more people watch the replay than the live. There is going to be a free tool that I'm also going to offer because sometimes the girls be like, Tiffany, so the thing is, I'm not good at budgeting. I need help. And so me and my team have been scouring the earth to find a free budgeting companion tool. And we found one and it's called Rocket Money. Have you ever heard of Rocket Money? Right? It's a budgeting companion resource, right? And so there's already over 5 million users. One thing I look at before I suggest a thing is how many people use it, what the people say, right? And it helps you keep up with your bills and spending. How much does it cost? FREE, if you know about me. Now, there is a premium version, but girl, you don't have to. There's you can start with the free version. So this is another tool. You don't have to get this now. There's a link to sign up in the description of this video. So if you're watching, your Dreamcatcher, you're watching, then that means the link is below this video where you're watching. So, you can sign up for Rocket Money, not now, obviously, because we're talking now, but just know that it's a free tool that you can use to continue the work. It's highly rated by Apple, Forbes, Wall Street Journal. Meanwhile, did y'all know that my book was this weekend was on the Sunday Wall Street Journal? Yes, honey. 5 books that you need to learn. It's Get Good with Money. It was 5 books that you need that help you with your spending. I mean, I was the only woman, the only person of color, because it was I just couldn't believe it. And so I was one of 5. That's how good this book is, okay? And so so Rocket Money is like an automated financial assistant. Like I said, they have a free version. That's great. So if you're like, okay, Tiffany, you taught me this lesson, still having a hard time, use the link that we share with you, like the Rocket Money link that's in the description of this video to extend the lesson and to get additional help. I get it. Sometimes you need additional help. And so we always try when I teach these lessons to see if I can find an additional tool, to help. Okay. All right, let's get, it's get good with money. What's the else right here? Get good with money. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's get started. All right, if you do have the book, this is real class. You thought I was playing? You thought I was feeling you? So this is real class. If you don't have the book, it's okay because I'm going over the lesson. But if you do have the book, and you want to jump to where we are, I want you to go to page 29 and Get Good with Money. And here's the thing, I'm going to be teaching a lot, whenever, I teach monthly with you guys in this Dreamcatcher group, teach a free lesson. And so a lot of the free lessons will be straight out of Get Good with Money. So if you don't have it, you should get it. You can get it at getgoodmoney.com, just like the free toolkit, because we'll be teaching directly out of the book and it's going to be helpful if you have the book in hand. All right. So we're going to go to page 29 is where we're starting. And so a budget is super critically important because the purpose of a budget is a budget is a physical picture of what your money is doing, right? I'll say it again. A budget is hot in here. All right, sorry. Let me see if I can open this window. Just walk right here. You can watch me open this window because the Lord have mercy. I'm looking at my booty or whatever. Trying to live. A budget is a physical picture of what your money is doing. Okay. And so if you don't like what your money is doing, then you can decide and change the picture. Right. So tonight's lesson, by the end of tonight's lesson, you're going to learn how to create, maintain, and at least partially automate your budget. Okay. I'm on page 30. That's what you're going to learn. All right. Now, I want you to understand the first step. So there's 8 steps to creating a budget. That's why I said get your notebook out. Even if you do have the book, you're going to want a notebook out. So steps 1 through 4 help you to identify like kind of like your diagnosis about like where you are when it comes to your budget. And steps 5 through 8 will introduce you to better ways to like managing your money. So 1 through 4 is like really educational. Here's what you have to learn and think. And 5 through 8 are really about let's get to work. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, good. All right. So we are going to page 32 if you have the book. So here are the 8 steps we're going to go through. You don't have to write these down because we'll do the steps. Step 1, and what I'll try to do is I'll try to remember. Y'all know my memory ain't the best, simply the best. I'll try to type up the steps and put it below while I'm on them, so you know what step we're on. I'll try to put it here. But girl, I can't promise because my brain be braining. Okay. Step 1, make a money list. Step 2, make a money out list. Oh, I'm sorry. Step 1, make a money in list. Step 2, make a money out list. Step 3, calculate how much each expense money out costs you monthly. Step 4, calculate your beginning monthly savings. I call this the tears and tissue step. You'll see why. Step 5, assign control categories to your expenses. Step 6, reduce your expenses as needed and look for ways to increase your income. Then recalculate savings. Step 7, separate your funds. And step 8, get automated. So don't worry about it. We're going to go through literally all these 8 steps, so you didn't have to write that down. But I wanted you to just know what was ahead. Are you guys ready? So that was on page 32. It's just, these are the list of the steps. I call them do's, the things you're about to do, like do number 1, do number 2. You ready? All right. Super easy. Do number 1. If you have not already, go to getgoodwithmoney.com, click on the toolkit and scroll down to chapter 2 and click on the My Money List template so you can get this for free. This is we're going to be working on this, like this is the template we're going to be using. And so you see, oh snap, child, it says due to heavy collaborative use, some tools for the spreadsheet may not be available. Well, there's a lot of y'all in here looking at this sheet. That's what that means. So if you're having trouble, you can always come back later because there's a lot of people in here. Just don't type into this one. Copy this spreadsheet and have it in your own file, because if you put your stuff in here, we can all see your business. Okay. So we are looking at, like I said, we're doing step 1, which is do your make a money in list. We're looking at the spreadsheet that I told you to go get at getgoodmoney.com, the toolkit, chapter 2, part of the toolkit, the money list. Okay. And we're looking at column A. Does everyone see column A? Okay. That is the money in component. Like I said, don't write it in here, but in the spreadsheet that you created for yourself, because you made a copy of this one, I want you to start writing down as many bills as you can think of. Also share them in the chat so we can think. So I want you to just write down any bills you can think of. Credit card bill. And I want you to be specific, not credit card, but your Visa credit card. And then your Amex charge card. And then you know what I mean? So I want you to write down just write down all the things that you can think of that you spend money on every month, right? So that's what's going to go in the money in list. Does that make sense? That's step 1, money in. Let me actually put that in here. We gonna work it out. Let me create a new banner. Do number 1, make, it's all capitalized, whatever. Money in list. Add banner. Okay, show. You see that? Do number 1. It's below. See that? Make a money in list. Super easy. You can share some of those things with car payment, mortgage, Uber. Yes. MasterCard, eat out, whatever. This is no judgment, child. Just put it. Hair, like I have to get my locks retightened. You see my little edges, locks, skin. You might have a dermatologist you go to. Just whatever you spend money on. I don't care. It doesn't have to be like a certain frequency, but if you spend money on it, then maybe your kids have soccer, tutoring, maybe you have a gym membership, all groceries, exactly, water bill, cell phone bill, maybe you have cable, internet, medical loans, student loans, all the things a man won't do. Okay, so that's do number 1. Super easy, right? Look at you already doing my budget or whatever. That's easy. That's step number one. Do number one, girl. Exactly. So if you have business expenses, let's just say you have a business, that don't go here. That's something separate. We're just talking about your personal expenses. And you have to decide, if you have a partner, you can decide whether or not this is like a family budget. If this is the family budget, then you're going to put your partner's expenses as well as yours, or this is just your budget. It's up to you to decide. Okay? Like sometimes I would have my individual budget, and my husband was still here, my late husband, we would have like also like a family budget. So there's nothing wrong with having two. You can just decide. Okay. That's easy. You thought it was gonna be hard. You thought I was feeling you. So anyway, we are going to how do I edit that one? We're gonna move on to do number two. Do number two, for those of you who have the book, is on page 34. Okay, if you have Get Girl with Money, it's on 34. Right? We're gonna make a money out list. Oh, girl, I forgot. My bad. Here's the thing. I just had you do the wrong thing, but do number one, money in list, is actually even shorter. I don't even know what I was thinking. I just be talking. No, I was just like, so, because do number one, I mean, it's so short. The money in list is actually not that. Not even correcting me. Does that even make sense? Money in is the money you make. Hello? How much money is coming into your household, right? So we're actually money in. If you scroll up, I want you to look at on the spreadsheet, look at 5A. So if you look at number 5 and A, you see that? Is that maybe 3? I'm sorry, 3A. Monthly take home, right? We're looking at 3A, monthly take home, and you in your spreadsheet you would put it at 3B. I want you to write down, what do you make? How much do you make a month taking? Like how much you take in monthly, girl? And guys, and then, right? Like, hello, she said, I was wondering, girl, you could look. The thing about me is, I am not about correction. Girl, you can gather me together, like, that'll make no sense. The money in part. So step one for money in is, what do you take in monthly? And so if it was me, I like to split my things up. I like to say, okay, I make this as a teacher, like let's just say, $4,000 a month take home. Not gross take home, $4,000 a month. You just went with it. Y'all just be trusting me, child. Correct me. $4,000 a month take home as a teacher. But let's just say I tutored and I made an extra $600 a month. So I'm going to have, like, I would do 3B, 4,000. Then I would do like, then you could add up more, right? Like, actually, I probably would put all there. Like, add up all the money you're making. If you get alimony, if you get a child support, if you tutor, you do hair on the side. If you're not sure, do the lowest average. Like, well, I don't always do hair, kind of, sort of, some months I make 1,000, some months I make 200. Okay, we're going to say $400 a month on average. So put the average for your take home, regular job take home, that you should know. But if you have a side hustle, do on average, what do you take home? So, because I want you on 3B to put down, what do you make monthly? That's money in, like the money that's coming into your life. Okay. And so you can also, if you're wanting, like that's still like column A, you can name, like you see it has money in here. You could just write down the names of all the ways you make money. Like, like, so here, I like to like add them here. So like I said, like I might put down on 13A, I might put down like teacher. Then 14A, I might put down, I don't know, child. Hair on the side. I might put down, maybe I have an Amazon store for 15A. So you can list all the things there and how much they make you in the B column, right? Under money in. So money in under name, list all the names. Money in under the money. I'm just going to say amount. So that way you know what this means. Amount. Let's see amount. Because it's important to know where, like, money, what's coming into your household. Okay, that's step one. Just getting really clear about ways that you make money. And then finding the average. It's important that it's monthly, though. Does that make sense? It's important that it's monthly. Okay? So then, now we can move on to step two. Does everybody get it? Not sure if it's okay to add a link here. Please, at least. I think you could probably. What steps? What are the steps? So we're on step one. You know what? Step one. Let me create a banner. I'm sorry. So do number one. I'm going to put it up here again so you can see it. Do number one. Why's everything caps? Girl, I did not request caps. Child, you know I'm not a fast typer. Make money. Money, spell it in list. So this is step one. I'm going to put it here, add the banner, and show. Do number one. That's where we're on right now. Basically, step number one, do number one, make a money in list. What money are you bringing in monthly? That's the A column and B column. Put the name of the thing. You might only have one thing, which is fine, and the amount next to it. Does that make sense? Everybody good? Let me know good if you're good. You can add a link here. I don't know if the link is going to work. Can I share my screen? That's one of the things. I don't think so. I wish I could. You know what? Next time, Akeisha and Logan, I wonder if I tried to share my screen last time, but I don't think we're able to. Edit your layout, new layout. What is this? Picture in picture layout. I don't know what picture in picture means. Well, let's see. I'm going to press a button. Nothing happened. Did anything happen for you guys for picture in picture? No. Because I think it's just me. That's why. What about this? New layout. No, nothing happened. So I don't believe it lets me. The only thing I can think of, I wonder if like somebody on my team was also on the live. I wonder if I don't know, child. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Growth net income, Candy. Good question. Yeah. We can add the link in the steps next time. Yeah. So step one, make a money in list. Okay. We can use that, use the spreadsheet that I told you. You're going to fill out column A and column B with the money in list. Got it? No, the reason why we don't do Zoom sometimes, I know you said Zoom, is the issue is that sometimes we reach capacity, and I never want people to get turned away. This is an unlimited amount of people can join. I mean, sometimes we've had well over 2,000 to 3,000 people, and then it basically, if that happens, Zoom goes up to 1,000 or 1,500, and then today we've got 500 watching live, but sometimes it's more than that, and I just don't want to ever not turn somebody away who really wants the lesson, So that's why we don't do Zoom, because we've done it before, and it's been a nightmare because people be hitting us up oh my God, I didn't get a chance to watch. I really wanted to join, Tiffany, and I just don't feel good about that. So anyway, we're going to figure it out. Okay. So, and this is take home, not gross. What do you actually put in your bank account? That is step one. Everybody good? We moving on. Net income. It says, if you're in StreamYard, hit present at the bottom. Oh, girl. I think you're right. Oh, Troy, meanwhile, boy, I think you're right. Oh, snap. I think I can share my screen all this time. All this time. Ooh, child. Troy, you get a dap. Can y'all see my screen? Wait, let me go get over here. Oh, my God. I'm weeping. Yay, Troy. Troy, I'm going to say, go ahead and send me an email, Troy. I got something for you, okay? I don't know, maybe I'll send you a book or a bracelet, something, Troy, because yes, Troy done saved the daggone day. Okay, so anyway, I'm going on back over. So now I can literally walk you through. Yes, girl. Troy, okay. See, if you are going to be a man up in dream catchers, you got to bring it like Troy. Because I always say I am here for, first and foremost, Black women, because hello, we always last, not up in here. Second, women. Third, Black men. Well, yeah, all women. And then fourth, all men in general, so that's the order. And so if you are going to be a man up in dream catchers, which I don't mind, you a guest of a guest. So you gotta step accordingly. You a guest of a guest. So that means you get your plate after everybody else eat. But we appreciate you, Troy. So I'm gonna go ahead and send you a book, something. Okay. So yes. Okay. So now we're rocking with Greece. So now you can see. So you can see my screen. So here's what I'm talking about. Right here. So money in. I'm gonna say teaching, right? And then I'm gonna put monthly of what I take home right here. So maybe I'll say, I don't know, what did I say? $4,000 a month, right? Okay. And then I'll maybe say tutoring. Does that make sense? Ooh, child. Maybe you'll tell me nothing now. And maybe with tutoring, I may say $500 a month. Okay. And then let's just say I got child support. child support. And let's just say, I don't know, child support is $800 a month. Okay. And let's just say I have a side hustle and I'm trying to think like what my side, I know tutoring, but I don't know. Let's just say I did um, um, braiding side hustle. Let me get sure I spell it right. Okay, right? And then let's just say on average, because some months I make more, some months I make less, but on average, let's just say I make $250 a month. Okay? That's what that should look like. Does that make sense? If you see down here, because you're going to copy and paste, you see, this is why you want to plug it in here because it's going to come over here. Right? Actually, what I should do is, oh girl, let me do this. I'm about to do a little, because this should equal this if we're being all the way real. Did it work? Don't act like it's acting like, all right, dismiss, I get you, child. Get out of here. No. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. So this is monthly take home. It's just going to be adding. I like to have it up here just so I can see what I'm all doing. Okay. But you don't have to do anything. Like I just updated the, if you want to copy and paste the sheet again, but that's what it should look like. You're going to put money in. Let me see if I can make this view bigger. Enter full size screen. Okay. You're going to put money in name here and money in amount here. Does that make sense? And it's going to do the math for you. Okay. We good? Yes, honey. It's a slay on today. Okay. Now, I know this was the community. Where do you get the book from? From getgoodwithmoney.com. 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 That's where you get the book. Because when I do these lessons, largely they'll be from here. So now let's go over step 2. Now, okay. And if you want, remember what did I say? Where's getgoodwithmoney.com? For those of you who might be joining us a little late, go to see down here, getgoodwithmoney.com. See what I have on the screen? That's where you're not only just going to, if you want to get the book, that's fine. But right now, the spreadsheet that's on my screen right now, it's part of the toolkit. So you're going to go to getgoodwithmoney.com. You're going to click toolkit button that you'll see the GGWM, Get Good with Money Toolkit. You're going to click it and you're going to put your name and email. The toolkit's going to pop up automatically, like in seconds. And you're going to scroll down to chapter 2. And right now, this is the first resource in chapter 2. Does that make sense? Go ahead, and this is what we're using. Copy and paste this, like this, the spreadsheet into your own Google Doc or your own Excel spreadsheet. Okay? All right. Now let's move on to step. Do number 2. Ooh. Okay. Do number 2. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So do number 2 is actually money out. Now here's where you put them bills and everything else you pay. So not just bills, because sometimes it's what? Groceries, right? Cut. So put this right here. Groceries. Paste. Right. So this is the. I should put this here too. Look at me. I'm just updating stuff. Name, just so we know. This is where you're going to put the name in the upper column, just like before. The amount. Groceries. Let's just say you spend $400 a month on groceries. Okay. Then what else? What are some other things we buy? Car note. So let's just say, why is it Caps? I don't even be requesting you. Nobody call for you, Caps. Anyway, car note. Let's just say $250. Okay, and mortgage. I can't spell mortgage. Let's just say the mortgage is, I don't know, $1,400. I don't know. Mortgage would be more than that, right? $2,000. Okay. What else? Now here's the thing. It's not just like bills. This could also be, so if you're going to say credit card, be specific. Visa credit card. Okay. And we're talking about the minimum payment that you typically pay, or whatever you normally pay your Visa credit card. Quite honestly, I don't know. Let's just say you pay it $60 a month. Maybe you have kids and you're like, little Talea needs to get her hair done, and you get it done every this amount. So you're wanting the monthly amount. That part is really really important. So Talea gets her hair done, is $90, and you get it done every 3 months. I don't know. Maybe she gets her locks retightened. So that would be like kids hair. So you would divide that 90 by 3 months, and it's $30 a month. Does that make sense? I just can't even. Well, not 300, child. I don't got 300. We're not doing that every month. Not for the baby. I just can't even get over the fact that we could just teach this lesson and you could just get the visuals, honey. I am here for the visual. Troy, I owe you like, girl. Birthday, yes, birthday and holiday. That's actually a really good one. So birthday and holiday gifts. So now the key is it's going to be really important that you figure out what the monthly amount. So you can guesstimate, right? So you might say, oh, I don't know, I feel like I go to a birthday every other month, da da da. Or maybe you say to yourself, I want to set aside, like gifts. And let's just say I'm just making it up. You told yourself $100 a month. First of all, why is this not adding up? Just so I'm going to teach you a quick lesson how to make things add up. So see this right here? This should be adding up. Oh, actually, that shouldn't be adding up. This is where it should be adding up. That's why I didn't do it. Oh, girl, see, my bad. See, I was over here fussing you out. So we are going to, this is the add button. So you're going to click where you want at the bottom. You see right here, that's the add button function. Well, that's not the add button, but these are the functions. And I do sum. And I'm going to say, hey, whatever I put here, add it up. So you see? You see? Okay, you sure? And then, yeah. And then what I actually like to do is, I don't know, I want this to be here because I want us to see how much we're spending. So I want this to equal this. Oh, no, opposite. No. So see? And then what I like here is beginning savings. Where am I going to put that? Right here. So this is going to equal, no, undo. This is ghetto. No, why is it doing that? It shouldn't even be like that. Oh, how do I make this a box? Because this box should be a dinner box. Why are you all over here? It's ghetto. See, I'm not really good at Excel. Like, why is this box here instead of here? Well, we're going to put it here because I'm not going to fuss. Because I want to do a little math. I want this to be this because we need to see. I want this to be 5,000 minus the 2,800. So I want it to be here in the blue, but for some reason, this line is not, it's doing whatever I want to do. Anyway, that's okay. And so I'm actually just going to do this because this is going to annoy me. So I'm going to write down beginning. Yeah, there you go. So that way it's right here. I'm going to delete this because what we're not going to do is bother me. So now you're seeing what I like about this is as I add things, let's just say I make $500. You see how that number starts to change? That's why I like to do a little bit math here. So maybe $500. We're not going to do all that because who's doing all that? But so as we start to add up numbers, add up like other expenses, I'm not going to do every expense like under the sun, but the key is there's no wrong way to do this. I just need you to add the expenses and because everybody knows we're on step 2. Good. Unmerge the cell. Oh, unmerge the cells. Girl, y'all be so smart. I don't know how to do that. How do I do that? Unmerge. I just be learning right alongside you. I don't know where it is. We're not going to do that right now, but good to know. So the key is, so I am going to do a little, because I'm just going to say I'm just going to say bills. But I want the number to be too high right here. So I want this to be, and I'm just going to say my bills are, because we're not close to this yet. I'm going to say my bills are $4,000. Because you would never just put bills here. I'm just doing that because we need to get to a place where, I can't list every single thing. Now, if you are someone who needs more space, certainly you can add more, you can add more columns here. You could just say, insert 4 rows above. So you need more, but we're not going to do that because we're good. Right? So all of these expenses. Now, the key is I need you to understand it's not just bills that should go here. It's also things like just expensive things that you spend money on, right? The kids going out, eating out, things like that, So I just be skipping ahead. I sure did skip ahead. Y'all just be letting me do whatever. So I just combined, quite honestly, step 2 and step 3. So step 1, remember, is to do the money in, which we did. Step 2 was actually to write down everything you spend money on. And step 3 is to calculate how much each thing costs you monthly. So we're cooking with grease, which is really good because we're step 3. Remember I told you there's 4 steps. So we did step 1. I'm going to show you step 2. I'm just doing too many things at one time. Step 2, we just did make a money out list, right? And then step 3 is, number 3 is calculate your money out list. Expenses. Okay. So we just did step 3, calculate your money out list expenses. So honestly, you see how quickly, budget, it doesn't have to be so overwhelming. We just did 3 steps accidentally, right? We made our money in list. What are we making? How much are we making? We made our money out list, the name of it, and then how much is it costing us? Does that make sense? Right? So those are easy, right? That's why I said the first 4 steps of this is really just kind of getting an idea of where do we stand. Let me just see if you guys have any comments. Okay. How did you get the monthly spending in the blue box up top? Okay, good question. So here's the thing. I'm actually not, I'm not an Excel selling. So I'm just going to give you a little lesson this is a little bit that I know how to do. So what I did was I just said, hey, this number that's down here, right? So like, for example, I was like, so that way it's like, oh, I don't need all these boxes that get in you're getting in the way. You know what I should have done? I'm ghetto. I'm over here writing this in here, and this is supposed to be the list that's for everybody. Damn. You know what I'm going to do? Oh, my life. Okay. We're going to do this. We're going to make a copy. Yeah. And then that way, okay. And I'll fix it. I'll fix the doc later because, child, we here now. Because I forgot. I'm telling y'all don't write in this because this is the one that everybody gets. They're like, what is this? And it's me doing too much. I forgot. I should have been writing in the copy all this time. Like I told y'all. Meanwhile, I'm just in here updating the list that the whole world is going to be seeing. But I'll change it back. I'm not worried about that. So how I did it was so these numbers are being added up here. Like you see this, like this is the total of all the money that's coming in. And so I wanted it here. What I did was press where I wanted it, right next to money take home. And I pressed equals, meaning I want this cell, this box to equal what's here. Boom. And so that means any changes I make at the bottom. So if I do this, like let's just say I make extra $600. Boom, it changes. It should. What's up here too, automatically. Let's say I make another, I don't know, $5,000. You're gonna see it change up there too. Boom, it changes. You see what I mean? And so that's you just press the equal sign and equal to the box, whatever box you want. I like that because I like to see up front, up the top of my budget, where am I at? And currently with this budget, you see we're negative, right? And so now we're going to do step 4, which is actually really easy. Let me just check to make sure. The only thing about, I'm not gonna lie, about going back and forth this like child. Yeah, I can delete it later. She said, yeah, I'm special, child. Let me see. So now step 4, do number 4, step 4, which I'm going to create a banner. Do number 4. But at least I know this will be easier for next time because now I know that I can always show you the sheets and everything, which is going to be so much easier. Is you're going to calculate your beginning monthly savings. Beginning. That's my high spell beginning, Tiffany. I'm looking at the book because, girl, I can't spell either. Begin. Can you believe I used to be a preschool teacher at houses? Beginning. The good thing is calculate that this spreadsheet does it for you. Add the banner. Calculate the beginning monthly savings. And so we're going to add the banner. That's number 4. So we're halfway through. We're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, so let me show you where on the sheet where that happens. Okay, so it's already done it for you. See, look, this is beginning monthly savings amount because the amount that we're making every month. This person is $5,500, around, and the amount this person is spending a month is $6,800. It's basically your monthly take home minus your monthly spending, and this person is negative $1,200 or almost $1,300. So that is your beginning, and I call it beginning monthly saving because it's just the beginning. And sometimes I call it, tears and tissues because people get really upset. They're like, how am I spending more than I make? It's very easy to spend more than you make. Very, 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 very easy to spend more than you make, okay? And so, that's okay though. That's why it's the beginning. Now we're on the what to do about it. Like I told you, the first 4 steps are just kind of getting your stuff on paper. And the next 4 is that we're going to get down to the get down. Okay, you ready? Is everybody good for like understanding these first 4 steps? Let me just check in with y'all. Everyone's good? Understanding these first? Okay. Yes, exactly. The steps 3 and 4 basically listen out yup, that's it. I just broke it down like that because some people feel like budgeting is so overwhelming, but literally it's just, girl, how much you make a month? And how much it costs. Okay. I mean, how much does it make you? Like where is it coming from? And then how much you spend a month? you know, and in what categories, like in what specific thing. And that's really it. The first, that this is just the beginning, because now we're gonna get down to the fun part for me. Okay. I don't understand the savings amount. So right now, my savings is negative. This person, right? Let's just pretend it's me, because I'm spending more than I'm making. So I'm actually not saving anything. It's like I'm negative saving right now. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. You know what? You can't locate the spreadsheet. This is what we're gonna do. I'm going to show you. Actually, this is actually perfect, because I was like, okay, I'm going to stop sharing this, because now I know how to share. And you can't, you can't tell me nothing, girl. So I'm going to show you how to get to the spreadsheet. Hold on. Jesus. Okay. So for those of you who like, can't get to the spreadsheet, girl, I'm going to show you real quick, because then we're going to get to the second half of this lesson. Where is Get Good Money? You're going to go to getgoodmoney.com. Where is it? Okay. So here you're going to go to getgoodmoney.com. You see the link below? Okay, and I am going to present, and I'm going to send you to the site so you can see like exactly where to get it. You can see, share. All right, you see my screen. So you see we're on getgoodmoney.com. You see this right here. Now, if you're on your phone, it probably looks a little different, but basically, see this button, get the GGWM toolkit. You see that right here? That's what I mean. If you want later to come and get the book or whatever, that's on you. It's cute over here or whatever. Anyway, we're going to focus. You're literally just going to look for the toolkit button at the top, and you're going to click that button. And then you are going to type in, quickly, your name and your email. And then it's going to take you see instantly the toolkit pops up. See? Get Good Money Toolkit. And then this stuff you can come get later. So introduction, that's cute. Chapter 1, that's cute. We're looking at chapter 2 because we're doing budgeting today. And here is where we are. We're going to be here. So you're going to click that. And it's going to take you, I'm going to stop. Is it sharing this one? We're going to stop sharing this one. And it's going to take you to where we were before. So does that make sense? That's where you find it. So I have too many things open, child. Too many things open. No, I don't need you. You close. What is this? Oh, that's the copy, which we're going to do later. All right. So back to sharing my screen. Share my screen. Money list. Share. Okay. So that's where we were. I hope that helps you find the toolkit. Okay, good. All right. So we've already done step 1 through 4. I'm going to go over them real quick. Thank you for recapping, Ashwana. Beautiful name, by the way. Step 1 is how much you bringing in. That's column 1, right? I'm sorry. Step 1 is how much you bringing in and from where. That's column 1 and 2. That's step 1. Don't give me the line. Why am I the worst? Yes, that is step 1. How much you bringing in and from where? That's step 1. Step 2 is what do you spend money on? Just the name. And I like to separate the name and the amount. So you can really focus on that's why I do spend money on my nails, and I do go on my girlfriends, and I do. So step 1, what you bringing in and from where? How much? Step 2, what are you spending? That's column 3. Step 1 is the first 2 columns. Step 2 is the third column. Step 3 is how much are you spending on each of the things on your money out list? Like how much is it costing you monthly? Does that make sense? Oh, I do. So meanwhile, this is so off topic. Y'all are worse than me. Sarah, yes. I just took my spoiled child liquid collagen today. So y'all see me, I'm 43. So look, my skin just start glowing. So this is liquid collagen that, it's all on. I be getting influence. Okay, I admit it. And so there's this collagen, because I was like, girl, I'm getting a little older, little crow's feet, which I don't mind, because they say black don't crack, but it does crease. And so I've been taking liquid collagen. And my skin has already been decent, but I'm not gonna lie, it takes about 2 months. I know it's a little off topic. It's not cheap, because the bottle be it's like $40-$50, but here's the key. Do not order the reoccurring, because they should be trying to get you. Instead, because there's always a coupon, right? So order it every month, and then literally Google liquid spoiled child coupon. There's always a coupon that takes, I think it's $60 that gives you $20-$25 off. That's what I do, because your girl always be saving her coins, but it does take about 2 months before you see any difference. Okay. Anyway, let's bring it on back. Girl, she asked me about liquid collagen. Anyway. Yes, the math is, the spreadsheet does the math for you. Okay, so anyway, we focus, I promise. All right, so like I said, step 3 is calculate how much each thing costs your month. That's the 4th column. And the last step 4, before we move on, is what is your beginning monthly savings? So, I mean, I use the word savings loosely. It just means what's left over. Is it negative? Is it positive? That's just like what I'm calling savings. Does that make sense? Okay. You add collagen to your smoothie? Yes, girl. Child, y'all know I be all, get you somebody who can do all the things. Okay, we can talk about collagen, skin, hair, nails, and budgets. Okay, because it's real life over here. It's real life. Okay. So now we're moving on to the second half of the steps, 5 through 8. But we did good, right? You see how easy? Is it overwhelming? No. Wasn't this easy? Girl, this is easy, right? We're doing it all together. It's cute over here. Okay. The budget needs to dream catch a group. Okay. All right. So let us now do, let me write down step 5. I'm going to type it in here for you. This is one of my favorites. This is honestly, this is what makes my budget different than everybody else's budget. Now this is when people get all messed up, and I'm not gonna lie, like you guys be like, wait, I don't get it. I'm like, oh Lord, so I'm already ready for it. Step 5, you're gonna assign control categories. Okay. Assign control categories, and I'm gonna show it. Okay. So what does that mean? Let me go on over here. Do I have? Oh, we do. How do I make this a little smaller so you can see? Well, I don't know if I want to make it smaller. How do I? Let me see. How do I make it? Well, we'll just do it like this. Actually, it works like this. Is actually fine. Actually, this is fine right here. Okay. So I just want you to know, right? Because I was just trying to think about how do I make, but I don't need to do it because I wanted to be able to show you guys why is it doing this. Okay. So control categories. You see this, like this is column G right here. This is the column we're all looking at. Okay. We're going to assign control categories. I need you to listen and breathe because everybody makes a big deal out of it and it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Control category lets you know how much control you have over that particular expense. So I'm actually going to probably add some more expenses here. So that way, let me add some more expenses here. Let me see, utilities, let me see, lights, electric, and I'm gonna have water, and what else? Cable, internet. I'm trying to think like what else, and what else? You know what? I'm bugging. I actually think. Well, that's okay, because I think I have a completed version of this. Let me look real quick if I actually have to fill this out myself, or I actually have a complete version, which would be funny, because like that means I wouldn't have to have done all this. Oh, girl, this is me while here. You know what? I'll show you this later, because maybe that'll be easier for you to look at later. So when we finish the completed version, because I think it's good for you to see me do it. Okay, so the control categories are B, UB, and C. We're going to work on B's first. B, and if you have the book, I'm on page 40, right? If you have Get Go Money, we're on page 40. So if you have B's, on page 40 and Get Go Money. B's are your bills, and these are, I like to start with bills because they're more easy to understand, right? So like, for example, groceries, not a bill. Car note, definitely a bill. I'm going to put a B here, right? Mortgage, definitely a bill. I don't like when things are not centered. What that should be centered. Who's centered? Okay. Visa, definitely a bill. So we need to be some other things on here. What else? You know what? Let's see. Girl. Right. Out. Think about other things that won't be. What else? I'm just thinking about clothes. So we don't need to do all this. So electric obviously is not going to be that much. Girls Night Out, I'm just going to try to add some things on here. Girls Night Out, let's just say that's $250 a month. Water, that's let's just say $50 a month. Electrical, obviously not going to be that high. Maybe electrical is like $300 a month. Is it raining? It is. Hopefully good because it's hot. Let's just say $250 a month. I'm just trying to get the tab up. Cable, let's just say $200 a month. Internet, or maybe your cable is like $100 actually. If your internet is like 80, I think mine is like 80. Cable. Let's just make it more realistic. 150. I'm just making up stuff. Clothes. Let's just say you spent I don't know, 200 a month. Good. I wanted to see. You know what? We're going to delete some of these like side hustles. Let's just pretend you don't get child support. Amen. I need you to be negative. And let's just say you're not making any money with that. And let's just say you're just teaching, actually, you're not tutoring, but you're considering these things. Okay, good. I need you to be negative. What else? What else? Maybe the mortgage needs to be higher. Maybe your mortgage is $2,500. Car no. Oh, we don't have insurance. Insurance is, I don't know. Talking about car insurance. Car insurance. I don't know. Let's say 300. What else can we add on here? What's also super expensive? Kids. What else? What else? I'm just trying to think of like, because I want to, you see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get this person in a negative so I can show you how to get you guys back in a positive. What's something else that's kind of expensive that can run this up a little bit? Car registration. So you don't have to, utilities don't have to be grouped. I like to, in the beginning, a good question about grouping. Oh, your student loans, child, yes. So the thing about grouping is you can group later. I like to, when I initially do the activity, to see it all separate, and then later I just loop it together. You know, so we're gonna do student loan. That's what we'll make student loans take you over the top. Student loans. Obviously, you're gonna have more things than this, but I just want to make sure. I'm gonna say your student loans. Let's just say $800 a month. I really want this person. Okay, so well, that's just kind of a lot. Let's say your student loans are $400. You gotta give you a fighting chance, child. So you see right here, you make. Maybe we'll let you get a little tutoring off. I'll still let you have $400 in tutoring. Let's see. No. I want because I want something realistic. Like maybe say, forget tutoring. Just want to make $4,200. I want you to be around. Yeah, this is good. You spend over $1,000 over what you actually make, which I think is pretty realistic. Okay. So now, like I said, we are doing step 5, which is assign control categories. Okay. And so, so we're assigning control categories, right? And so right now we are over here in G. So I'm looking step by step. We know that groceries, is grocery a bill? No. Car note is a bill? Yes. Mortgage is a bill. A lot of these are going to be B's, right? Mortgage is a bill? Yes. Visa is a bill? Yes. Kids hair? No. That's not a bill. Is basically, I want you to think of a bill as, if I don't pay it, I'm going to probably go sent to collections. Okay. Kids hair, that's not true. Gifts, that's not true. Electric, absolutely. So we're going to put a B here. Water, absolutely. Ooh, child. Who told you to do that? Who told you to do that? Undo. Oh, don't be ghetto. I said just undo. What's happening? Okay, water. Okay. Yes, water is a bill. Okay, cable underneath that is a bill. Internet is a bill. What is this on here? This is Girls Night Out. Is that what I'm on? Girls Night Out. Yeah, so it's not a bill. Clothes are not a bill. Car insurance is a bill. Absolutely. Is a bill. And student loans is a bill. Okay? Great. See? All these are bills, so that's great. So B's are first, but right now we're doing step 5. Assign your control categories. This is really important. So you have to understand your bills. You don't have as much control when it comes to reducing your expenses. And I'm going to show you how to reduce your expenses, but I need you to know where you have the highest control. So UBs are bills that are utilities. I want you to ask yourself, the U stands for utilities, or I use the word like up and down, right? And so utility bills, so they're still bills, but they're bills that are based upon you can also stand for usage. Utilities, usage, up and down. So let's go. All these B's. Does the car note go up and down? No. Does the mortgage go up and down? No. Does your Visa and credit card go up and down? It might. So for some people, this might be a UB. That's why I said there's no right or wrong. For some people, you might be like, yes, I pay the minimum every month. For some people, you're like, girl, depends how I use it. So you might say, this is a UB depending on how you spend. You're just gonna put a U right in front of it. Where are we now? Electric. Utilities again, or usage, right? These utility or usage bills, does electric go up and down? Absolutely. So I'm definitely going to put a U in front of this one. I said in front. And we know water can go up and down. Although surprisingly, in my area, my water bill is the same. So for me, I might not put a U in front of it, but my water bill is the same. I don't know why. It's the same. I don't know if it's like across, like that's just the way Newark does it. But my water bill actually doesn't fluctuate. But for most people, their water fluctuates based upon usage, I'm assuming. Cable stays the same. Internet stays the same. Car insurance, student loans. But now you see, B's, UBs, and what's so great about it, C's are your cash expenses. Right? And so everything else that doesn't have a B or UB, you're going to put a C there. That's why you see why I told y'all go ahead and get the spreadsheet. See? Because this is hard to do with just notes. Right? You're going to put a C every place else. I don't even have to look at just the C. I want you to soak that in. B's first. Always start with the B's first because it's easy to identify your bills first. Because we all know what our bills are. You know, if we're going to get sent to collection, that's a bill. Put a U in front of the bills that depends on my usage or it's a utility. Everything else is a C. Let me see. Look, I'm going to come out of here and see what you guys are talking about. Okay. Well, Mel, I wouldn't say that it would be unplanned because it's really about based upon your usage, you know? So would water, electric, yup, be a UB, yup, Elizabeth? I wouldn't say necessarily unplanned. To me, that's not a bill. For me, it's only answer. That's fine. You don't have to. This is just, you know, remember, I'm just giving you examples because this is not my life either. I'm just trying to give you examples so hopefully you can kind of see yourself and like, oh, that's me, that's not me, that is me, you know? How do we cut gas for the car? So for example, Tia, you might say, honestly, maybe you put the gas on your credit card. And so you don't actually have gas for the car on here because it always goes on your credit card. So you would just like, your Visa card would just be on here as Visa card. But if you like, say you pay cash with your gas, that could just be, I probably would have gas as a UB because it's going to fluctuate, right? Month to month. You would do an average, oh, maybe I spend, you know, I don't know, $40 to fill up the tank. I fill up the tank twice a month. I'm just making it up. That's $80 a month, give or take. And it's a UB because some months more, some months less. So there is no right or wrong because what maybe, for example, water, normally that's a utility. And for many people that might fluctuate. But in Newark, it's the same water bill across the board. Whether big house, little house, we all paying the same 40. I think it's like $41 every 3 months, something like that. Does that make sense? And so C is for cash. Everything else is so cash is the only one that you're not nitpicking because you're not going to know what's cash until you've done the B's and the UBs. Does that make sense? Prescriptions, another one. So prescriptions for me might be a bill because like kind of like a metal. This is what I'm saying. There's no right or wrong. Prescriptions for me, are you paying the same amount every month? Well, you know what? Prescriptions are not going to be a bill because remember, this is how I remember. I asked myself, is that a bill? If I don't pay for my prescriptions, will I be sent to collections? If that's true, then it's a bill. If it's not true, then it's a C. Everything else is C's. That's why because cash can be very tricky. So I don't even like to figure out what's cash. I just say cash is what's left over, you know? Like I just say cash is what's left over. So if it's not a B, if it's not a bill, if you won't go to collections for not paying it, it's not a bill. And if it's a bill that it depends on your usage, it's a UB bill. Everything else is cash. Don't try to figure out if something is cash. Just know cash is what's left over. Okay? Yes, that's right, Shantae. C is for cash expenses. B is for bills that don't fluctuate. UBs go up and down. Yeah, Shantae. You got it, girl. Does that make sense? Don't worry. This will all make sense, like, you know, why I have it like this. Because I just need you to understand categorizing why it's important. Okay? That's step 5. Remember, there's only 8 steps to budgeting. Girl, like, I don't know about you, but the fact that we are step 5, we rocking and we rolling. We are rocking and rolling, okay? Okay. And so if you're in the book, let me see. Like my niece said. Let me see. Okay. We are going to move on to step 6. Okay. Everybody's good? Good. Okay. Ooh, thank Troy. Let me just honestly, like I said, Troy, I owe you a book because I don't know how I was going to explain this without visibly y'all seeing this. Like it would have been damn near impossible. I'm a good teacher, but y'all need to see the visuals, honey. The visuals. Okay. Do number 6 is what you've all been probably dreading. Reduce your expenses. Reduce and recalculate. Okay. Recalculate. Yeah. Okay, add the banner. Okay, so we're doing do number 6. Reduce and recalculate. Okay? All right. Let's rock and roll. Okay. How do I get the spreadsheet? New here, Anna. And I want you to go ahead on over to, I'm going to do it one last time. I'm doing one last time. Well, one, Robin, real quick, our subscriptions, bees. If you don't pay the subscription, will you get sent to collections? Probably. If you don't pay and you've gotten the thing. So that would be a bill. Do the subscriptions fluctuate month to month? If they don't, then it's just a straight B. If it does fluctuate month to month, like how much you have to pay month to month, then it's a UB. Does that make sense? Yeah. Oh, subscriptions don't go to collections? It depends. Meaning if you don't pay them, like you got the thing and you don't pay. So it's up to you. I don't know what kind of subscriptions these are. Okay. Oh, so for step 6, page number reference. See, look, yo, you so smart. Look at Solo. We're on page 44, Solo. If you're in the book, I'm going to show Anna real quick how to get the spreadsheet. Get your money. We're in the book. Get your money. Okay. All right. So Anna, here's how you get the spreadsheet. You're going to go. I'm going to share my. We're going to share the screen again, Anna. Just because, you know, I like you, girl. So I'm not going to let you be out here by yourself. Okay. So we are going to go. Let me share my screen again. Do 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 do. All right. So you're going to go, and I'm going to share my screen. Get the money. So you're going to go to Anna, just for you, girl, and anybody who might have just joined recently. You're going to go to this site. Let me pin it to the top. Pin it. You can only see all the stuff I got to navigate behind the scenes, child. And you know me, I'm not techie, child. God be with me. So you're going to go to getgoodmoney.com. You see the link below, Anna? I know you see it. You're going to go to getgoodmoney.com. Then it's going to look like this. And you're going to click on the Get Good Money Toolkit. You see that? You see it? You see it? You see it? That's it. The toolkit button. And here's the toolkit. Then you're going to go type in your name and your email. I know my thing is sick of me, my name and email. Instantly, the toolkit is going to pop up. It also is going to send you an email with the link to the toolkit. So you don't have to keep doing that because that's annoying. You're going to scroll past introduction, scroll past chapter 1, and you're going to go to chapter 2. Click here. Download the most updated blank money list here. Unfortunately, right now it's not blank. I'm not even lying because we've been using it, although we should not have been using it. But you're still going to click on it. And it's going to take you to the, you're going to see, you know, where we're working on now. Okay. Which, let me see, stop sharing it here. I'm sharing it here and then share. And it's going to take you to where we're at now. Later, you know, for those of you who are watching the replay, don't worry. I'll have this blank again. So you don't have to worry about it. I'll take all the stuff out. No, I don't want to be here because we're not supposed to be here. No, we don't want to be there. We want to be sharing my screen back on the spreadsheet money list. Okay. All right. So step... where was we? We was at step 6, reduce and recalculate. So here as we are going to be looking, you know what though, now that I'm in here, it's funny how like, you know, when you're like actually using stuff, wouldn't this make sense? Would I be wrong if I move this? Like what if I move this copy? Should I move this here? Right? Should I move that here? Does that make sense? Like, you know, like conceptually? No, it doesn't make sense. It don't make sense because like sometimes I like things in the order that we're doing them, but I don't think it actually makes sense. Because right now we're about to reduce the monthly amount and I need you to see the money next to each other. So no, we're gonna keep that there. We're gonna keep it there. We're gonna keep it there. We're gonna keep it. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna do, so step 6 is reduce and recalculate. And so this actually should be a sum. We're gonna add because I want when we start putting things in, it adds up. It adds up. So you're going to help me figure out how this pretend person can reduce their expenses. So groceries. Do we have to spend $400 a month on groceries? I don't think so. You know, couponing. I don't know. Let's just say we can get this person down to $350. Okay. All right. So the key is, so this is the new savings amount. So what I'm going to do here is this actually should equal this. This is going to equal the monthly spending that we're about to do now, which is here, this monthly spending. And then this new savings amount is about to be equals this minus our new spending. Okay? Because so we're trying to get this number positive. Right now it's positive because we haven't put all the numbers in. But we're going to try to keep this number positive. All right? So Oh, you know what? Let me download that. One of the reasons why I have you do this is actually, sorry, I want you. The reason why I have you do the what's it called this column right here where you have your control categories is because I want you to let me know which category do you think you have the most control to lower your expenses. Where is it? Bills? Is it utility bills? Is it cash? Where do you think you have the most space to lower your expenses? Guess. When I guess, use your educated like brain. Okay. Okay. Where do you think you have the most yes, cash, exactly. So the reason why you do this, why you take the time to put your things into categories is because some people do this. They say, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I need to reduce my monthly expenses." And they just start doing it willy-nilly. And I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. Let's start with the things where you have the most control." So we're going to see all the C's first. So groceries first, right? A C. Groceries, you can decide how much you spend on groceries. You know what I mean? You're like, I don't really need to spend 400. Let's see if we get down to 550, 350. What's another C? What's this right here? Kids' hair, child. Like I could do the baby's hair. Like if I really had to, like, monthly. I said $30, girl, it's more than that. But either way, let's pretend like we said the baby's hair cost because I feel like his hair be expensive. $100, right? So let's just say you're taking this down to zero because we're not doing that because you're like, I'm gonna do my own baby's hair because taking her to get it whatever. I can do it myself if I have to really save. Gifts. So you might say to yourself, you know what? Actually, I'm going to, bake cakes. Maybe you're really good at baking a cake. I'm going to give gifts. Like the other day, I went to one of my neighbors. Her daughter Izzy turned 9. Now, normally I would slip some money into like a card and give it, but that was a girl. I took myself down to Marshalls and got these kids love a tchotchke and got this like first of all I got her this like because one of her friends, Olivia, is the daughter of one of my good friends, Rihanna. So Rihanna and I were going to Marshalls anyway because girl, who doesn't love Marshalls? Anyway, Olivia tagged along and I said, Olivia, while I'm here, can you help me pick out a birthday gift for Isabella? Instead of putting like 50, $60, whatever, I'm like, child. And she was like, ooh, she loves all these girly things. So there's this, the headbands that the girls use to like so they can wash their face and not get their hair wet. So anyway, it was one of these fuzzy pink headbands with a sequins pink bow. So I got that. That was like $2.99. And there was like this little flower makeup bag, but Izzy doesn't wear makeup. But the bag was so cute; it didn't look like a makeup bag; it just looked like a bag you could whatever, like maybe her color pencils in it. That was like $3.99. And then I filled it with like some chapsticks. Marshalls be having like the like chapsticks that normally are like $8, $10 for like $2, $3. So I filled it with like these little chapsticks or whatever. And there was something else I got her. It was one other thing. It came out to less than $30 instead of maybe 60. Maybe I don't know what I would put her. But I'm just saying that like that was a way to reduce like gifts in a way. You could do gifts in a way that costs you less money. So for this person, let's just say we can get the gift down to $100 a month. Okay. What else? Girls' night out. You might be like, honestly, we got to do girls' night in. I cannot afford to go drinking and hanging out with you guys every month. I mean, every weekend, but I can do a little something. But we're gonna get this down to 150. Okay. Another thing, clothes, child. You got enough clothes. You can literally say for the next 6 months, meet myself and now that's all I got to the end. I'm just gonna wear what I wear, and I'm not buying no new clothes because we're gonna get you down to zero. It does not have to be forever. This is just maybe for the next 6 months. Okay, so we already, we cooking with some grease. Okay, now what else? Now, cash is where you have the most control. So now we're going to go down to what do you think you have where you have the second most control after cash? Second most control. Okay. You're going to have the second most control to reduce your expenses is your UBs, utility bills. Because remember, utility bills are based upon usage. Remember? Right? Based upon usage. So we're going to look at these UBs and say, okay, Visa. So maybe you pay 60, but really, you can temporarily pay. I don't really suggest paying the minimum, but if you are over indexing on and we can call this rent. Well, that's fine. If you are over indexing, we'll say rent slash mortgage on okay, if you are over indexing on like let's just say, you know, like you're overspending what you make a month. And although I pay 20 $60 to my visa, let's just say I could pay 25, that's the minimum. I would get down to 25 to get myself together. Because I thought about a debt class. But for now, it's okay to do that because you're not actually saving yourself any money by, like, you know, because if your bills of your expenses, because not just bills, your expenses are costing you over 1,000 of what you make, then you need to cut. And paying extra to your visa doesn't make sense because you're going to have to end up using your visa anyway because you know, you don't make enough to cover your expenses. Okay. So anyway, so let's see what other UBs do we have. We have electric. You know, we could tell these kids turn that gosh darn, you know, AC off when you're not in the room and the fans off when you're not in the room. You could do that, you know, and like, so my dad used to put the utilities, like the electric bill, on the dining room table. And he would say every month as it went down, he put that money into a jar for vacation. And so then you have me and my sisters, I'm one of 5 girls, like arguing over who left the light on. I want to go to Disney World, you know? And so it made, because quite honestly, I didn't care about his bills, but I did care about vacation. And if vacation meant these bills got to get lower, then these bills got to get lower. So let's just say you can get your electric down to, I don't know, to maybe 200. Oh, maybe 250. Let's just say you can get down $50, right? And water. I mean, for me, the water bill stays the same. There's nothing I can do about it. So it's okay for some of these things. You might not be able to do anything. You might say water bill. There's nothing I can do. We're going to keep it at 50 because the water bill for me, there's nothing I can do. Right now, we look at your bills. Where are the bills you don't have as much room? So let's just say your car note is your car note, or you might be able to refinance your car note. I'm not gonna lie, right now interest rates are not so great. So quite honestly, your car note might have to stay at 250 because to refinance it's not possible unless maybe when you got into your car it was highly, like, you got an unfavorable interest rate, and now you belong to a credit union. My mother was just asking me about a credit union, right? And so maybe the credit union, because of the credit union, maybe you can bring this car note down to 175 because you're able to refinance with a credit union. I don't know. So it's just like, this is just things to think about. Now, mortgage and rent. Now, this is really hard to shift. Like, so normally I would say with a mortgage, if you can save 1% on the interest or more, it's worth it to potentially think about refinancing. But right now, we all know interest rates are not so great. So your mortgage might have to stay the same, but let's just say it's rent. And you say, you know what, when my lease is up next year, because things are really hard, I'm going to move to an apartment that's more, affordable. But for right now, we might just keep that here because we might be like, child, I ain't going nowhere. That's okay. Some things ain't going nowhere. Cable, you can literally be like, zero, girl, bye. You know what I mean? You know, internet, you know, child loan. If you got kids, you know, you need internet. We could keep that right where it is. Car insurance, you know, shop around. You might find a car insurance company that might be able to, like, you know, depending on like your driving record, and things like that. You might say, hey, sometimes car insurance company will reduce your car insurance if you take like a safe driving course. Ask, what can I do to reduce my car insurance? Shop around and ask what you could do to reduce it. So let's just say you're able to reduce it to 250 because you did that. Student loans, there's refinancing. I told y'all last week, we gave you like a link for SoFi, which is like a great refinancing tool, but you are not to refinance a federal student loan ever. You hear me? Because if you refinance a federal student loan, you lose the protections of like forbearance, just of not having to pay for something. Like the reason right now you haven't had to pay your student loans for the last almost 3 years is because it's federal. Once they become private, which is what happens when you refinance federal to private, because federal government does not allow you to refinance federal to federal. Once they become private, you lose all protections. So if you have a private student loan, you can consider refinancing. If you have a federal student loan, you can, there's some, I just was on like, the White House actually reached out to me via email. Logan, when are we gonna have that carousel ready to like share like with the stuff about student loans, the updates, so that way we can share with the team. But there are gonna be some ways for you to reduce your monthly expenses, so that you'll be able to put that into practice. So you might be able to bring this down to like $200 a month, or even zero, depending on your family size. So let's just say 200. So all of a sudden now you went from 5,200, and of course this is not a real person. I'm just giving you ideas of ways to reduce to 41. Now let's see what that means. Oh, look at this. You went from negative, negative 1,000 to $70 in savings. And now here is where you can come over here and be like, girl, a girl can tutor. So now we can add some things here because we want a little bit more money and do savings. See? Now you have 570 and you don't get child support, but maybe you do a little hair braiding side hustle and you make another, say, $200 a month there. All of a sudden, this is why I said your beginning savings. Wait, what did I do? Oh, because, I know what I did. Your beginning savings was actually, let me get rid of this so that way it doesn't confuse you. Your beginning savings was negative 1,000, like you were spending by $1,000 over, and then you reduce your monthly expenses to the point where you can find $70 in here, which is great. And if you add things here, if you add other ways to bring money, you can increase this beginning savings even more. So one of the best ways to manage your budget is to figure out ways, if it makes sense, to reduce your expenses, but also to increase your income. Does that make sense? So, because here's the thing, I can tell you right now, I can look at someone's budget to see if they have a spend too much issue or don't make enough issue. If you have way more C's, let's just say it's like C, 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 B, 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 C, 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 you have a spend too much issue because most of your expenses are cash expenses. These are your choices. If everything is like this person right here, BBs and UBs, they're filled, they have a don't make enough issue. So we can certainly make some reduction here, but even still, you see it only made a 70. We need to make more. We have a don't make enough issue. What's some other things you could do to make more? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. So let's see. We have just 2 more steps left. They still shooting off fireworks still. So good. 7. We have 2 more steps left, and you guys can go back to your families. Okay. Step 7 is, and the key is going to be, you're going to separate your funds. So if you are in the book, we're on page 51. Separate. Separate your funds. Step 7, we only have 1 step after this. Okay, so step 7 is you're going to separate your funds, and that's when you're going to go over here. Here is where your funds are going to get separated. So I like to also, you remind me, I'm going to do this thing I like to call split it before we get it. Okay? Okay. So here's how you're going to separate your funds. Super easy. Anything with the bills. So you should have 4 accounts that I like to say. A checking account for spending, a checking account for bills, a savings account for emergency savings, and a savings account for long-term savings. Like emergency savings, like, oh my gosh, the car broke down. Long-term savings, oh my gosh, I don't know, child. Oh my gosh, I'm saving to invest for a car or house or whatever. Okay, so here we know this is going to go into our checking account, our first checking account. So this is checking, and this is spending. Okay, and this is checking, and this is bills. Okay, so anything with the B, we already know. You don't even have to guess. It's just checking. Matter of fact, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Copy. No, girl. You can tell I'm getting tired. Okay. Copy. We're gonna put all the B's and UBs. That's where your money, you're gonna put it in your checking account for your bills. Paste. Where else is the B, UB? Paste. B, UB. Wait, can I just do this? I think I can. Just grab a hold. Yes. Listen to me. Yes. Checking account spending. Copy. Paste. Go here. Paste. Now, it's important to understand that one of these checking accounts has a debit card, and it's the one for your spending. So you're going to keep your cash, well, you can spend it. your checking account attached to your debit card at your regular bank. And then you're going to keep your bills. You do not want a debit card for your bills account. It should be only one way in, one way out, you know? And so what's left over is that, you might be saying, well, where do my savings go? You are going to put, because now that we know what our reduced money amount is, in this new list, we're going to have savings. So what did I say? Not long-term savings, unexpected emergency account. Emergency account. And this is going to be long-term. Now, the key is with long-term savings and emergency account, you want to have it at an online-only bank, a high-yield savings account bank. And so what's so great is, so here, how much we have left over? We have $70 left over, but actually we're going to, what do we say? We're going to give ourselves money for tutoring, and we're going to do side hustle that we make $150 a month, let's just say. So now you're like, okay, you have $700 left over. So now we're going to disperse it between your emergency accounts, right? So how much we're going to put here? You might say to yourself, okay, with the how much did I say? $720 left over. Maybe you're going to put $500 a month. So you kind of make these things equal, right? And then the rest, well, how much is left over? $220. $220 goes here. See? Because what you're doing is, it's like what you make a month here, including your side hustles, and what you spend a month here with your reduced expenses. Oh, 220, I did 200. It should be 220. You really want to get down to zero. I like a zero-based budget, right? Why is it not, girl, don't play me. I said, I put the 20 in. Why is it, why is it not doing that? 480. Oh, I know why. Because I added a new box. Okay. No, not yet. Not yet. Hold on. This is going to equal. This is the sum of all of this. Is that why you're doing that and you're not equaling up? Just say you don't like me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Anyway, I don't know why it's not adding up. I don't know why it's not adding up. Oh, no. Oh, 220. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's what I want. I wanted to see zero here. Because in the end, you really want all your money to go into place. That's why it's so important. So here is going to be savings, emergency, and then it's going to be savings account long term. Okay? Okay? And I like to make these, we're going to make these bills. I like to make it a bill because it's happening. Okay? So once you get an understanding of here's all my expenses, here's how I can reduce them, here's how I can make a little bit more. I see it on paper. This is like your map. And so we're not going to leave any money left dangling. No. Everything got to go somewhere. Is it going to go in your checking for your spending? Fine. Is it going to go checking for bills? Fine. Is it going to go in your emergency savings account? Fine. Long-term savings account? Fine. Remember, your checking accounts can absolutely be at your regular bank, and they should, to make easy transfers. But I don't want your savings at your regular bank. I want it at an online-only bank. And if you're like, oh, I can't find an online-only bank. Yes, you can. I'm going to show you where you can find an online-only bank. Again, if you go to getgoodmoney.com, I'm going to show you where I have a link where you can find yourself an online-only bank. And then we have one more step, and it's really the step is super easy. And then we're done. Right. Let me show you where we can have an online-only bank. So, again, you're going to go to your toolkit. You're going to put your, like I say, your name and email, which I know it's sick of me about. And then you're going to scroll right here, online-only banks. See, here's some links, right? Here's one, but there's also brick and mortar banks. So here's some banks that I actually like for online-only banks and brick and mortar banks. See, everything's right here, even credit unions. There's some more online-only savings accounts here. So you can find things here or use a credit union to locate a credit union tool near you if you're looking for a credit union for your checking account. But I suggest online only banks for your savings accounts. Because in doing so, you will you'll make more. Like if you put it at your regular bank, the regular bank's going to pay you point like 0.0001% interest, and online only bank right now, most of them are averaging over 4%. Okay. So if you pay a bill every 6 months instead of monthly, break it down monthly. So let's just say you pay a bill every 6 months and it's $600. That's $100 a month. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. And I don't know if SoFi has an online only bank. All right, last one. Last step. Do number 8. You guys are hung in here. Ooh, child. Do number 8. I'm sorry. We went a little longer than usual, but that's okay, girl. Do 8. Do 8. If you are in the book, we are looking at, what did I say? Oh, I said separate your funds, which you did. Do 8. Super easy. We are on page 56 in Get Your Money. If you're on Get Your Money, we're on page 56. Do number 8. Get automated. I'm going to say automate because it's short of the right. So this is super easy. The reason why you might be like, I got to do all of this, but here's the reason why you do that with the sheet that I showed you, because it allows you to automate. And I'm going to show you how. Let me just put it back up again. Share screen. Because you see, first of all, we did all this an hour and a half. That's it. An hour and a half worth of your work, and you can literally just say, well, I'm going to automate from now on. That's it. And here's why you're going to automate. The reason why I have you do all of this is so you can say, I can add up all of my bills. I can add up all those, and I know how much needs to go in my bills checking every month. I can add up all of my bills, my checking spending, and I know how much I have to have allotted for myself. That's close to my debit card. And I already know how much is going to go to emergency savings and long term. Automate that. What's so great, you could do a split it before you get it. You literally say, hey, HR, looking cute as you always do. Before I get my money, I need you to split my money, because I know how much money, based upon this, needs to go into my bills account. I know how much money needs to go into my spending account. I know how much money needs to go into my savings and my long-term savings. And depending on how you get paid monthly, bi-weekly, you split it up per check, however you want it split to be. And you have them split your money before you get your money into the accounts for you. If you do that, the money that lands in your spending account, you can get to swiping. And you don't have to worry, did I spend my bill money? Of course not. It's in your bills account. Did I spend my emergency savings? Of course not. It's in your savings account. Did I spend my long-term savings? Of course not. It's in your savings account. You see what I mean? And so that's what's so great about it. Like, the money will be sitting, the money that's attached to your debit card, can't accidentally spend your other money. And then your bills, if you feel confident that you have the bill money, you could automate your bills directly from the bank. Hey, bank, looking cute like you always do. Pay this on this day, this on this day, this, because this is, you put the due dates here. See this column? This is where you put the due dates, right? Hey, bank, you set it up one time. Pay this on the 1st, pay this on the 15th, pay this, And then you also tell your HR person or payroll, I need you to put $220 if you get paid every 2 months, every 2 weeks, like most people, like many people, maybe $110 per paycheck into my emergency savings, and $250 in my long-term savings every paycheck. You see? The reason why we do all of this is to see the money so we can tell it what to do. You don't ever have to do this again. We just did an hour and a half. We did this already. You can just go in and switch one or two numbers. You might add one new expense, and you might update one of these numbers, but you never have to do it from the rooter to the tutor again. What I love about this is that now you can automate and not have to do nothing. The money literally lands in your account. Bills get paid if you feel comfortable doing that. And then all you got to worry about is swiping, child. Because when the money is gone, you ain't got to worry. It's not my bills. It's not my savings. I'm good. Does that make sense? Isn't that so easy? Doesn't that feel so good? Don't you feel so good about yourself? Don't you feel so good about yourself? So there's all these other things here. So many times the split before you get it. Here's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh, will my company split before I get it? This is not what I'm trying to do. Will my company split it before I get it? I'm not even a big old company. The budget is not big, and we have the capability of splitting. You never know until you ask. And even if they don't split it, the good thing is have everything then land in your checking account, the spending account, and then have it automatically withdrawn the day. So if you know you get paid on like the 16th and the 15th and like say the 30th, So that means on like the 17th and the 2nd, you could have the money split yourself. You could automatically do that on your end. Ideally, I like the company to do it for me, but it doesn't, like a small company like me can do it. Typically, a big company can do it, or a medium size, whatever, they can do it. Okay. So the contribution, Rochelle, great question. The contribution to your 401k from your job, remember, this budget is based upon your take home. So if you're already contributing, which you ought to be ideally, money to your 401k, that money is already gone before you get your take home. So remember, this budget is based upon your take home money. Okay. Yes, I'll repeat the 4 accounts you should have: 2 checking, 2 savings. Checking 1, spending. Checking 2, bills at your regular bank. Savings 1, emergency. Savings 2, long-term savings. At an online only savings account. Okay. Yep. You can auto transfer to the accounts. Yes, child. I know it took a while. We have to go round and round, but we got here. Okay. And I actually want to give you, wait, before you leave, let me give you, remember I told you that remember I told you, so some of you might be like, girl, this is too much. So you might honestly just be like, I need some help. So here's a really quick tool. The link is in the description. I just want to show you this tool to use. It is called Rocket Money. You see it on the screen? So I'm always looking for free tools that you guys can use to get yourself going. And so what I love about Rocket Money is, what I say is free, because you know, the way this recession is gearing up, it's already helped over 5 million people. It's free. You could track your spending. It can help you lower your bills. So this exercise of lowering your bills that you might have had a hard time with, it can do that. It will track your net worth, which is what you own minus what you owe. You can cancel. It will even cancel unwanted subscriptions. You guys were asking me about subscriptions. And like I said, it's free. Now, is there a paid version? Yeah, but child, there's always some upgraded version. Go ahead and use the free version. Okay. And so use the link in the description of this video. And, you know, if you're like, I just need that extra hand holding, because sometimes budgeting by yourself can just feel overwhelming. And Rocket Money can just be a tool to use, like, because now you understand kind of like what it's doing. Because I showed you this manual way, which everyone's not built for, which is okay. But you might want to have this is what I love about having like an automation help too, is that sometimes I have an attitude. Sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes I'm grumpy. But what I love about the automation is it does what it says it's going to do. It doesn't need me. It doesn't get tired or grumpy or have an attitude. Does that make sense? So Rocket Money, great tool, free, and the link to sign up. Use our link, please, because it helps us to keep stuff free around here. Use our link to sign up for Rocket Money. And yeah, I hope this was really helpful. I hope it was helpful. Where am I? Child. Yeah, I hope this is really helpful. Yeah. Any quick questions? Just gonna say use Rocket Money. Link below. Anybody have any quick questions? Below. That's my high school. Yeah, anybody have any questions before we jump off? Yes, Rocket Money has an app. Like I said, it's free. Copy and paste the link, sign up. Can you move the category column? I know. I was wondering. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way. But child, first of all, I got to go in there and delete all the stuff I just added because I wasn't supposed to update that sheet. But that's fine. Can I put the link in the chat? Oh, can we do that? Yeah. So let's get the Rocket Money link. That's so smart. Okay. Yes, we can. How do I? Girl, don't act like you don't know me. You know me. Copy. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Paste. So that's the Rocket Money link. Post it in the chat. Yeah. Oh, she said the link is in the description, but it's only working if you copy and paste it. Yeah, please copy and paste it. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. I don't know why it's only working like that. That's ghetto. It worked for me, Logan. The link went directly there. I don't know why. We do actually. So Rocket Money certainly is one of our affiliates. And so just so you know, oh, I didn't need to do that. It's certainly one of our affiliates. And what that means is that Rocket Money, I have a rule. I have what I call Lisa rule. My sister Lisa was actually over here today. She just got back from Nigeria. Hey, boo. That's the baby. You know she ain't the baby. So Lisa is the baby of all 5 girls. And I remember one time I was sharing a tool with Dreamcatcher. This is many years ago, probably 10 years ago. And I was sharing a tool And Lisa does not listen to Tiffany often, but she listens to the Budgetnista because she thinks it's two different people. Anyway, like, she thinks that's funny. And so Lisa was like, "Oh, the Budgetnista just shared a tool today via email. I signed up." And I was like, "Wait, what tool? What did you sign up for? What about?" And I thought, well, Tiffany, if you are panicked about Lisa listening to the Budgetnista, why are you sharing anything that will make you panicked? Why aren't you sharing everything? Because my rule used to be the Tiffany rule. My rule used to be, if I use it, I'm going to share it with y'all. That's a good rule. I felt like that was fair. But then I realized when I got panicked that actually was not strict enough, because I will sometimes try things that I'm not even sure if I want Lisa to try. Because for Lisa, since she's the baby, I'm hyper protective. I'm protective of myself, but I'm hyper protective over Lisa. And so I realized the rule can't be the Tiffany rule. It got to be the Lisa rule. So I will not share anything with you that I would not have Lisa sign up. Like, oh, yeah, girl, sign up. Like, I'm actually going to hit Lisa now because she always hit me to ask to borrow daggone money and be like, did you sign up? Matter of fact, she going to sign up for Rocket Money. Right. And so, so there are some tools that we use that's like an affiliate, meaning everybody who signs up, certainly. Is there something like calling me? Jeez. Is that my hair? my asymmetrical hair? I feel like it is my asymmetrical hair. So for Rocket Money, that's one that it passes my Lisa rule. Although it is an affiliate of ours, and you always have to disclose, meaning that, it is a tool that when people sign up, we get something on the back end, something nominal, but it allows us to keep all the stuff free. So that's what we use. Like when we, almost all the tools that you guys get here are free. And so one of the ways we're able to afford to do so, because we still have to pay the people, like Logan's in here, Keisha's in here, they ain't free. Like my team, in order to do so, one of the ways is that we have, we try to find tools that are really great, that pass the Lisa rule. And some of those tools do pay us an affiliate. And then as a result, we're able to continue to keep stuff free. So that's why I want you to use our link, because that's where I get something, but I know it got to be my hair. That's why I want you to use our link, because it allows us to continue to do work for free. Yes, I do have my my Lisa rule. Just because I'm just like I said, for me, the Tiffany rule is not strong enough. The Lisa rule is the rule that we use, because I know that, like, absolutely 100,000%, I would say, Lisa, sign up for Rocket Money, and I would low key tell her what I just told you, which is, girl, don't you go paying for stuff. Use the free version. Are you crazy? You ain't got no money anyway. Maybe you could stop asking me to borrow. All right, y'all. So hopefully this is really helpful. I hope this was helpful. I try to do these once a month. You get to be inside this awesome Dreamcaster community, lean into each other, help each other out. I try my best, when I'm in your state, to see if we can have a little bit of a meetup. We just did a wealth walk in Maryland. That was so much fun. I really want to just be committed to helping as many women, especially women of color. I don't turn anyone away. So if you're a man, you're like, meh, or you're not a woman of color. Oh my God. First of all, are you kidding me? Yeah, my phone just rang. If you're not a woman of color, it's not that. It's just that so many times we come last. And so here, I just want women, especially women of color, to feel super safe. But we don't turn anyone away. Anyone is allowed to learn and receive. It's free for everyone. But I just want women of color, especially, to feel safe, because I know what it feels like to be unsafe in a community. And so we do this once a month. I do a free live. I just pour into you guys for as long as I can. And I try to do a free month. I am taking August off because your girl's going to be away. That's self-care. I try to take 3 full months off a year because I work not as much as I used to, but still a lot. And so the only way I'm able to pour into you, because of the way I do, is because I try to take care of myself. So I won't be here in August, but we'll pick back up with free lessons again. And so tell people to join us. It's free over here. It's cute over here. The Dreamcatchers with an S, the dreamcatchersgroup.com is totally free. You get all these free resources you get poured into and loved on. I hope it's helpful. All right. I'll see y'all later. Okay. Bye.